Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Everyday How-Tos. This is November 11th, 2023. Decided to get back on here and just share a little bit more what I'm doing in the trading world and take a look at a little bit of back testing right now. So one of the things that I'm working on is just learning how to set my zones correctly. And I found that that's been really big for me in terms of helping me kind of understand what the situation is in the market and what's going on. So I'm trying to get better with that, setting my levels correctly, but also trying not to mark my chart up too crazy. So let me take these zones off for right now, get the market to look clean a little bit and see what's really going on right now. I'm on AUD, JPY. Just using this as an example. I don't really trade this pair often, but sometimes I like to get on the Asian session, so I will just kind of have these pairs on the Asian side, GJ, USD, JPY, and New Zealand and Australian JPY as well, just to kind of see what's going on and kind of see if there's any opportunities for me to jump in. So trying to, again, get better at doing my zones, marking things up correctly. Right now I'm on the 1 hour time frame. I like to trade on the 5-minute time frame. So I heard it's good to trade. I heard it's good to kind of set your zones a few time frames above where you're at so you can get the big picture. I heard a lot of people like to do the daily time frame. But since I'm trading on the 5-minute, I think the 1 hour is adequate. And then what I'll probably do is go down to the I think what I'll probably do is go down to the 15-minute to see and mark up some more minor levels, and then go down to the 5-minute and probably mark up some levels there too if I see anything significant. But this is kind of where I want to start. So I'm gonna come here and probably mark up some of the lows. I'm just gonna come here in this kind of zone right here, and then mark up what I see. So of course I want to set zones and not just set a level. So I'm gonna just use this right here as one of the key levels, since price bounced up from here and then pretty much shot back up all the way to here. I'm gonna mark this as a key level. Mark this as a key level. Probably come back and clean that up a little bit. Well, actually, let me zoom in. I like to mark up the levels just about right there, right at the body of that lowest candle and down to the wick. Sometimes I don't always do it. Sometimes when you have these crazy long wicks, I don't always mark up the crazy long wicks. I'll kind of just mark it to where the shorter wicks are at just to get a sense of it. But I'll do that there. And then I think this was, what did the market peak out at before it reversed? So this was another level. Okay, so I think we were marking this level. So I think we caught this level right. So I like to get that, on this case, the highest candle kind of right at that body and then up by the wick. And then we'll kind of come and mark up some of these other key areas that it kind of bounced off of, but I just want to catch where I see really the trend shifting. It looks like it kind of shifted up here too. So I'll mark this level right here as well. Like in this case, I'm not going to mark it all the way up to where that long wick is at. I'm just going to mark it to where those shorter wicks went at. And when you mark up some of these, you can always already see that price is reacting to it. So this was a level right here. There's probably a previous level where this was at. Let me see if there was a previous. Yeah, see here, there was a previous level. If you kind of take this back, you extend that back, bam, you can see it already touched these 2 points. Bam, bam. So that was already a previous level where this one was at. So that's worth noting when you can look back. I don't really want to extend it all the way back there, but just for awareness, I'll just bring it back just to give myself a little bit of that visibility too to here. So yeah, so it touched here 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th one it broke out. Matter of fact, it bounced 4 times. It bounced off a little bit and then it broke on the next one. So that's really good. That's a strong level right there. I say that's a nice key level. And then even on the way down, it broke through, bounced up, and reacted to this level right here. So I think that's legit. Let's see here what else we got. So it bounced off of there. Okay. So I think I want to start around right here. So bounce there. You can see price coming up here, bounced off, bounced off, bounced off right here. So I like to look at where this is really showing strength. So this is showing a lot of strength right here because it shoot all the way back down from that point. So this definitely was a strong area. But yeah, but you can see it's some other areas in here as well. I'm trying to determine if I want to mark up a couple of these areas as well, because I think these are strong areas. You can see price was bouncing here, 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 came here, broke through, but came here, bounced off of that and went there. You can see it bouncing in those 2 areas as well. But I like to see where it had a area of strength and then broke back up. So from here, it shot all the way up to here. From here, shot all the way down here. That's strength. Here, I'm marking this up because it's pretty much a peak, and you can see price is shifting back the other way. Yeah, I'm thinking about this area because you can see this is trending down, right? This started a whole nother trend right here, right? Lower highs, lower lows, and then it went back up. I try not to make my chart look too sloppy, but too cluttered. But I definitely want to catch where all of these like key levels are coming up at. You can see here price will kept bouncing here. So you can see this was a whole nother trend here, and then it reversed here. So I think we can catch this as a key level. Right. And then you can see that it's doing here. And I think there's some other levels that we can look at here, but I like this level here because you can see price was trending, like had a whole long trend back up. And then right here, bounced back and reversed. And then it came back, bounced back again off of that level, came here, bounced back again off of that level. So that's a legit level. I'm going to stick with that. Okay, so bounce here, bounce here. I think we want to stick with that level. You can see some other spots in here where price kind of hit a snag and kept coming back up. So here it went up, bam, bam, bam. So again, these are other good levels. But I think on the 1 hour, I want to catch, what I think is like really key. Yeah, this is a clear uptrend here. And then it hit a snag right there. Then price never quite got back down to this level. So I think for me, I like this level right here. I think I like that level right there because you can see bam, 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 you know. But I'll be honest, I also want to capture this because this is where there was a lot of strength here. You can see there was a lot of buying strength here as well. And since I'm trading on the 5-minute, these little gaps here will still be quite a bit of pips here, even in between these two zones. So yeah, let's go with that. I like what I'm seeing so far. And I just kind of wanted to spend some more time here for myself, even through the week. And I even been kind of studying up and watching some other videos on just really marking up zones properly. And even doing trend lines properly. I know I've always seen it where, guys that mark up their trend lines, they kind of always seem like they do it kind of quick and always seem like they do it so effortlessly. So I didn't really think there was a whole big technique. It just kind of, if you see it, you just kind of mark it. But I kind of learned that there is some level of technique on where exactly you start it and where it needs to hit to really be like a trend line, and we'll probably go over that a little bit. But right now, I just want to mark up these levels and be good. So again, this is kind of what I see. Just going back to the left a little bit, we already talked about this point up here and how when we went back to the left a little bit, we can still see that this was valid, right? Because it kept showing price bouncing right at that same level. And all I did was let the line go straight back. I didn't even have to adjust it. And so we could see that level is good. We can see where price hit right here. Yeah, you could say this is also another level of strength. So since it's just here in our visibility here, we'll just, let me see. Yeah, we'll just mark it up just to keep it on the radar. I'll just do that short one right there. It's still right below this other candle, so it's a little tight, but so be it. And like I said, if you even bring this zone back here, you could see, and you bring it across, you could see it bounced off of here. Price came up a little bit above it, but it reversed. It bounced off of here. And also these two lines back here. So I'm just going to drag that back just to, again, give ourselves that sense that, we could see that validity in what we're setting. Yeah, see, look at that. Bounce, bounce. This broke through a little bit, but eventually reversed. Yeah, I think it took a little while for the momentum to stop on this, or maybe this was just a intentional kind of false breakout, but bounce, bounce, bounce it. Look at that. Bam. So I really want to be real keen on these levels because they matter. Yeah, because they matter. So I think I'm gonna just do that because I don't want to make the chart look too messy, but I feel like when I just set these key levels at this level and then I go down maybe to the 15-minute, set some other minor levels, and then I go down to the 5-minute, and then I kind of just use that as my entry time frame. I feel like I have all the information, not all the information, but I feel like I have some pretty good information to go off of to make sure that I stay in the game. or I enter right. All right, so let's chart this out again and see if this makes sense. Again, big picture wise, or at least big picture for me, since I'm trading here on the 5-minute. So price comes here. You can see price has this level right here. You can see that we're bouncing off here, bam, hitting this area of strength right here. This price shoots this price all the way back down. Again, even if we extend this guy right here, even though I wasn't trying to go that far back initially, but let's just do it. You can see, bam, it kind of is right on the money there. Or you could even set some entries off of this reverse. Could have set something off of this reverse, went all the way back here. So I think you got a lot of good key reversals here. Yeah. Right. So price bounced here, bounced back off of here. So a couple other little levels in between here that you could probably still set, because you could see these areas of strength right here are also valid. Let me see this. Let me see if this makes sense too. Again, just looking for key levels here. You can kind of see where that's kind of significant right there, right? So price bounces, bam, shifts, bam. You either bounce off of this again, which is definitely a key level. Bam, comes here, area of strength, boom. Bounces back, area of strength, boom. Bounces off of here, boom. Bounce off again, finally breaks through. Then you could see it's bouncing off of here, turns into a support, and then bounces off of here again. So I think that all looks good. So bam, 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 bam. Comes here, breaks through. Bam, all the way to this level over here. So this level, key area of strength again, shoots this back all the way down until it hits this level here. Bam, reverses, comes all the way up, hits another level right here. Bam, enough strength to push it all the way back down to this level. Probably call this one a new level. I don't see anything really. A couple other points here that kind of line up with that, but we'll just call this a new level here. Bam, comes up, pretty much hits this level again. And you see a couple of other levels that's kind of holding up right here that I just want to catch since I'm on the 1 hour. So I would say that's a good story for, like, if I wanted to trade or get in this trade or get in on a trade for this pair, you know, next week. There's some levels that's kind of already set. And so I think it's a good time to probably go down into the, let's go down. Let me take a look at the 30-minute and see what I see. Yeah, not a whole lot different on the 30-minute. You see a level here, whatever. Not a whole lot different on the 30 minutes. I think we can go down into the 15-minute and kind of just see what price is doing here. Price is running. Okay. So we're down on the 15-minute. Price is pretty much following, everything that we kind of set before. A couple other little levels in here that we might want to take note of. I think for the most part, it's doing everything that it was doing on the 1 hour. You can see here again where it shot straight down at this level here. See here where it was going, shot up to this level. Maybe it's some points that we can mark up in here as a minor. So again, this is where I want to not get too sloppy, right? And not get too over technical. And again, I'm marking all of this up just because I'm practicing, right? I think for the most part, if I'm marking up my chart from the 1 hour, I would only need to do maybe 2 zones above and 2 zones below the price for the time being. You know what I mean? But I'm practicing, and so I'm just kind of marking up what I see from the big picture. And so I think what I see here looks valid. See here, price came, bounced off of this level, kept bouncing until it finally broke through. Actually didn't break through, it bounced here, faked us out a little bit, and then eventually reversed. And it gets kind of tricky in here sometimes when you're looking for that reversal, that's where I think the higher time frames come in handy, because this is probably a good, that's where I think the higher time frames come in handy. This is probably a couple of candles here on the 1 hour where it was indecisive here and then finally went down. Yeah, kind of just made it indecisive here. Boom, it finally went down. So I don't know if I'm seeing anything too crazy in terms of a consistent level that I want to mark up in between here for the 15-minute. So I think from there, what I would do is just probably go down to the 5-minute itself, where I want to have an entry. And then look and see if I see any zones, anything to kind of work off of. Because I think if I'm looking at where price is right now, I'm looking to see it either come here and bounce, come back up here and kind of retest here again and bounce back, or I'm looking for it to come here and maybe see if it'll bounce back, see if it'll show some signs of bouncing back up. It's a little bit further down here. Price is trending down. So again, let's look at the 1 hour. Here, price is trending down really strongly. You can see price is trending down. So I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of just went here and bam, bounced off of that. So I think if I'm looking at price to bounce back, I would want to see if there's anything in between here that I need to mark up, just to see if it's gonna, I don't want to see if there's anything else I want to mark up in between there. Just to see what's good. And you can see we got some upcoming news and some other stuff that's happening around here. So you to watch out for that. But yeah, so going back to the 5-minute, let's see if there's anything we want to mark up just to set some I think at this point where we're marking up zones in between here or maybe some levels, we're kind of just looking for maybe where we want our TP to be, or our TPs, or take profits. So you see here that this was a key area of strength right here. Yeah, so I don't see a whole lot maybe on the 5 minute else that I would mark up, except how this kind of shot back up here. Looks like it's about to make a reversal maybe right around here. I'm thinking it's probably going to shoot back down. It's a lot of momentum. Thinking it's not going to have enough pushback until it gets down here. So let's see how that goes. So let's put that on hold a little bit. Let's look to another pair that I'm actually going to trade. I've been really struggling with NAS a little bit. I really want to make NAS work for me and get in there, but man, I've been kind of struggling. You can see where I got all type of things written up here because I was working on, I've been trying to work on getting in on this, on this, but again, I got to try to mark up my levels. And I think I've been marking them up on the 1 hour really good, because you could kind of see here where I had a level here. This was last week, and price kind of responded to those levels, But I think I've been struggling a little bit with my entry. I think I caught this one. Yeah, I think I caught this one, and it worked for me all the way until here. I think if I was looking at this before we got to this point, maybe I would have had my stuff marked up here. I would have saw that it came here, bounced off. So I probably would have set a level here. I would have seen that it came here and bounced off of. Let's say I came in at the market here where it had bounced off the first time. Came here, boom, and I saw that it had a lot of strength here, pushed back up. Probably would have set this at my level and probably said to myself, if price reverses, maybe I'll set my TP to get to here, right? And so it comes there. You can see that big downward candle right there. Another big downward candle. And it goes for a little while. Yeah, you would have made a decent little profit, but then it took a dip. Let me see if it took out that high. Damn, so it never took out that high. So I would have probably stepped my stop loss. Probably would have set my stop loss here. I'm sorry, no, not there. This was a reversal. I would have set my stop loss. I would have either set it here, or I might have just went ahead and set it here, but just for sake of argument, I would have set it right there. Yeah, and it never ended up coming back down. So it went back, yeah, and then it broke that low. So that would have been a good zone right there, and it got almost close to that TP. Played around with that a little bit. Bam, went down. With that, almost hit it. I probably would have gotten out. I probably would have been out a long time ago. I'm still working on my patient, but it eventually hit it. That would have been a good, valid level. So yeah, that's kind of the idea of what I want to do is mark my good zones here, continue practicing my entries. So mark my zones on the 1 hour look for any other minor zones on the 15-minute maybe, and then on the 5-minute, chart up anything that I see that I can use as a potential take profit reference, or a level that I can look to for my TP. So yeah, so I'm pretty much 3 levels above my entry or my execution time frame. So I'm at the 1 hour, come down to the 15-minute minor zone, come down to the 5-minute, and add some levels that'll help me determine where my TP should be. This would have been a good trade. And then I just got to practice the execution of it. So you can see here, this bounced off of here, bounced off of here. And then this is a good sign to me that, you know, there's another opportunity where this should bounce again. So this is 1, 2, and then getting in on the third one might have not been a bad deal, you know. Again, I'm still working on my patience of trying to be patient through this, because just the way NAS has been for me, sometimes when I see this thing push back up too strong, it'll do something funky, just, you know. But I think it's more, I need to get better at, you know, judging the situation. But yeah, it's been a little bit more. I think I've been having a little bit more success on like USD CAD and like AUD. But I want to master NAS too. So I don't want to miss out on opportunities for that. So this would have been a good trade. I really want to see myself making good, strong trades. Another thing that I'm doing is taking like partial TPs. And I like it because it's been helping me to build some confidence. But when you take those partial TPs, right, sometimes you don't get as much as you can. You kind of like taking what the market gives you, but you're not getting the most out of it. You know what I mean? You're taking what the market's giving you in the moment. And I think it's a good way to build confidence. That's kind of what I need to do right now to keep building my confidence. But I'm hoping that I can get to a point where I can be patient enough to let price, and disciplined enough to let price work through all of this and eventually go in my direction. So I think I would want to see something like this first, right? So, you know, probably not jump on this as soon. So I think, again, having the discipline where you give price time once it reaches your level, you know, you got to give price time to work itself out. Right, so it bounces off of here. You can kind of see how it reacted, came back, broke this level. So, you know, it is showing some strong signs as if it's going to continue to push up, but broke that level, still within the zone though. And then came down. I know sometimes it'll even break the zone and come back down into the zone. So I'm learning how to look out for these little things. So let me not go too far over. So that would have been a good level. So that's what I'm really trying to do as my method to help me identify my TPs. And so it hit that. That's a good zone. Went down even a little bit further, and then it came back up. So yeah, and this is a good line because you can see it's respecting this level really good. So I got to use that. It bounced off of there, came back up. So another opportunity came again, bam. Price shot up, tested that level again, and then bam, shot back down. So I think I could have still maintained this level. If I wanted to get back into another trade, I would jump on the trade after this candle. You know, so, you know, I'd be down here. That's a big trade. And then you could see it did hit that. It did go down and hit that level and bounce right back off of it. Bam, and it even went through. Yes, I guess I don't see another level in here to mark up, but Yeah, I don't see another level in here to mark up, but it went and did that. Bam, bounced off of there. I actually got into this trade here and caught a little bit of this, but if I was really really tracking, I think I was just, I think this may have been earlier before my entries because I usually get in on the 9 minutes. So I would have been good right here because that would have been 9 a.m. I don't get into the market before then. Just to avoid like all the market open stuff. So yeah, that would have been a good place for me to get in. And yeah, and I would have caught that. I would have caught all of this because that's exactly when I get into the market typically. Maybe a few minutes before, but all right. So another good area of strength right there. Bounced off of that. So could have probably marked this up. Let this be a good zone for me to track, to get there. And then this is marking another level for me. So if I wanted to get into the market, I can move this. I wanted to get into the market that another time I could have used this as a TP2 reference, right? Let's see what price does, even though we already kind of saw it already, but I don't remember what it did. So again, another opportunity. It bounces off, and usually I don't get in until I see a strong candle. Just kind of the strategy that I'm following right now. And like I told you before, I'm watching on Josiah Jovier's material, trying to learn and pick up on his techniques. So we don't get in until we get a strong candle like this, or just something that's showing. Even a candle like this, we wouldn't get in unless we saw one like that. So these are like some baby candles. I probably would have missed that run. Maybe I probably wouldn't have got in again until I saw this candle that broke through this level. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have got this. Probably wasn't even in my zone anyway. Yeah, this is at the end of the day. So I wouldn't have gotten in here. I would have only gotten in around between here to probably around here. Yeah, which is pretty much where the action happened. This would have been 2 o'clock. Yeah, so I probably wouldn't have done anything in here. One of the other things that I want to do good too is catch these level, but that's not in my strategy. In my strategy, I don't. Yeah, that would have worked for my strategy. So this would have been the only zone to catch. So I just got to get better at execution and not being afraid to take those opportunities when it happens. Because in this case, price already bounced off of here 2-3 times off of this level. You know what I mean? So I should be taking and entering in here with confidence. When sometimes I'm just kind of a little bit hesitant with NAS because I just feel like sometimes it'll pull a stunt, but I think I just got to get better. So yeah, that's a legit thing. I don't know if it bounced back. I think after this it broke through. See a touch there again, but I don't trade on London session, at least not right now. So we at 9 o'clock. So I probably would have, this 9 o'clock. Yeah, I wouldn't have entered into the market before this time. So you see how this one came? This is a signal right here for me, but I wouldn't have entered in here because this is before 9. So I would have let that pass. So I would have avoided getting stopped out with that. And I probably would have caught this candle here. I would have probably hopped in the trade of that candle. So let's see how that goes. And I would have probably set this, I would have probably set here again as my TP1. And I would have got stopped out. See, like that's what I'm talking about. Like I would have got stopped out on that one. Yeah, because I would have set my stop loss right above here. maybe. Yeah, I would have set my stop loss above here. And it went right there too. Probably would have stopped my stop loss above, like maybe right here. It kind of flirts with it. But yeah, it would have completely destroyed me after that. And then it went back all the way down. So yeah, that's the funny thing. So and then let me turn this off. I'm sorry. And then that's the funny thing, like having the confidence to say, hey, I got stopped out here. But right after that, I could see that it just faked me out. I'm jumping right back in. Right. So not getting so thrown off by this stop that I missed, that is coming right back to where I intended it to go. Get back in the trade here and see what happens. And then bam, that would have been it. So I don't really know if that's a 3-to-1 or not, or let me see what that is. So if so this is where we would have got yeah, we would have got stopped out here, right? So let's say we got back and got into the position here after it closed, after this candle closed. Set our TP up here. I like to do a little bit more right above. Yep. And then, yeah, this would have been a, yeah, even if I had set it there, yeah, would have been a little bit more, than our TP1. And then it went all the way down. Look at that. So that's really good if it would have hit this. Even better if I would have saw that the momentum was there enough. Honestly, where I'm at right now, even if I got it to come, even if I let's say I saw that price was moving and I kind of just tried to follow the price a little bit and set my TP, I probably would have got scared or faked out right here when it looked like it was going to reverse on me. So I probably would have got out right here. I'll be honest. After seeing it run like that, but it would have been great to see it come all the way down there. But I would have stopped right here because that's still a decent run if you know, you're putting it out there. So that's kind of what I have in mind. That's how I want to work these trades. So again, this is everyday how-tos in November 11th, 2023. So again, just trying to show y'all you know, getting this channel going and just trying to show y'all what I'm kind of working on and how I think I need to go about you know, trying to get a grip on these markets, man. I like it. It's like a video game to me. You know, it's like a, let me not put it that way. It's not a video game. Don't mess with your money, but it's an interesting game to me. So a lot of different things, a lot of different strategies. I know some of the smart money concepts are out there as well, and other strategies that people use and other things. But I kind of like, for one, I like the idea of more of the naked trading that I'm learning and training my mind how to look at the market and how to see the big picture for myself and how to put the pieces together myself, then maybe just having an indicator and just trying to master that. Nothing wrong with that if that's how people some choose to do it, but I like the idea of understanding the markets enough to kind of work it out that way. So let me see what else I can do here. So I think what I want to try, let's go down to USD CAD, because that's been a big one for me. I guess I've just been liking how consistent the movements are, and it's just been kind of working, you know. You can see here I already have some levels marked up, but let's just start fresh again. Get the kill zones out. Let's just look at this level for right now. Got a good peak right here. Let's just capture that. Then you got a good area of strength right here, pushing back price back up. Oops. Pushing price back up. That's on the 1 hour. So you go to the left a little bit more. See another good area of strength right here, where price push back up from here. So we're going to catch that. Yeah. So like I said, you don't really have to go more than 2 levels below price and 2 levels above. So, but you can see here that just in the kind of frame that I have right now, there's no price that's above. We'll probably go on the 4 hour and maybe see if there's something there. You see that there's an area of strength here on the 4 hour. We could probably just take a snippet of that. Yeah, I don't like how this long candle is here. I'm gonna take this guy. I'm not gonna take that long candle. This is actually where the body is higher anyway, so that's really the peak. I can kind of use this, since I don't see anything on the 1 hour right away. I could use that and then just go back to the 1 hour. So, oh, never mind. It's right at that same level. It's right at the same level that I already marked up. I think price just, okay, it's already at the same level I just marked up. So let's go to the date. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, so since that's the daily, I would just probably go up here and mark a level on the daily just to have something above that price that I can look at. And then I'll go back to the 1 hour and just, you know, kind of keep it simple. It's a big candle though. Dang. Look at that again. Yeah, it's a legit candle. So it is what it is. I didn't have any other reference points to go off of, so I'll just keep it there for now. Go back on the 1 hour and try to frame this as best as I can. Okay, so I think this may be all we really need on the 1 hour for this. I'd say this is probably area strength because price was above here. I'm not going to go that far down, but you can see that this was an area of strength to price was trending up, and then it came here. it came here and went down. Okay, so this is a good area of strength because price was able to change directions there. And you can see kind of where price kind of responded here, kind of in this area, but not directly, but it's still an area worth noting. Come here, bounce here. It didn't even really bounce off of this too much. I wonder if it was bouncing, if price was bouncing off of that area previously. So let's shoot this back and see if that was already the case. If it had already bounced off of another level before. And bam, yeah, bam, bam. So that already, price had already bounced off that level before. Yeah, about 3-4 times. It was already being support, broke through, bam, bam, bam. So when we came over to where we were at over here, it still respected that. That's crazy. Bam, bam. Yeah, so that's a good 4-6. So when it came here and then here it finally broke through, that makes sense. So I'm gonna still call it a valid level, but I think it had already been tested so many times already. Broke through, bam, hit this, went back down. So there's just strength here. Price looks like it's trending up. So we'll probably look, let's go on the 15-minute, see if we see anything worth noting as a zone on the 15-minute. This maybe we can call, yeah, looking at it like that, I think maybe we can call this a valid zone. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna treat this as a minor zone. So I'm gonna change the color. Let's treat it like a minor zone. Bam. Had enough strength to push this back all the way through. Bam, you know? Yep. We could also treat this as a minor zone on the 15-minute because it had enough strength to push price. It already broke through. So this push price through the zone that we had here. This push price back up, touching that zone several times, and then it broke back through. Still pushed it back up. I would even treat this. I would even treat this as a zone right here, since it managed to push price back up. So that's some good strength on the minor. I don't want it that long. Let's just put that there as a note. So I'd say that's a good strength right here. So since this pushed price back down, I think maybe what I'll look for when this comes back around is that price will bounce off of here, since it's going in a downward trend on the 15-minute. I think on the 1 hour it's still going up, but this price bounced here. It'll probably bounce off of here and go up. So once it bounces, right, it's already bounced off of here before, bam, broke through, came back up. It bounces off of here. I'm gonna look to see how price responds. But if it doesn't respect this zone, then this will be the next one. But again, I feel like it'll probably bounce off of this because you still got a lot of upward momentum here. I feel like it'll probably bounce off of this and probably use this as a TP, use this as a TP. Now on the 5-minute, probably be even more specific in terms of where to watch out for. We came here, bounced off lows. I think same thing we're here. So we bounced off here the first time, came here, right? So then it bounced, so it had enough strength. Probably would keep an eye on this level, since when it bounced off of here that first time, this level had enough strength to push it back down to that zone and push it actually through. So I would probably mark that as just a TP reference. See, on the 15-minute, we see that price came to this zone and pushed it all the way back down. But on the 5-minute, we could see that it tried to push back up for a little bit and didn't make it. It bounced off of here. And then I think, see the same thing. So this had enough zone to punt, and then this had enough strength to push price back down here. And then we can see again that this had enough strength to push price even further through. So those are areas of strength, I think. That's worth noting. Price came back up, did a little thing, pushed back through. And Russell here. So I think this feels valid to me. So that if price ends up coming here and pushing back up, you know, I'll probably miss this run unless it like teeters around here until. So I think when price comes back up, it'll be Asian session. But unless it kind of teeters around here until I get back up on Monday for the for US session, I may miss this, but this is still kind of, you know, what I'm thinking, what happened. So bounce off of here, use this as my TP, as one TP maybe. Use this as another TP, you know, keep an eye on it. If it goes up, I'll kind of let this be. I wish I could use, I'm trying to do a challenge right now. Or I'm doing just a trial, but I think it kind of sucks that you can't use your trade manager on these challenges. That kind of sucks for me. Because you know, I'm sometimes in between work, and you know, sometimes I get a little break and you know, get to just look over, you know, I kind of in between meetings and stuff like that, I kind of look over and check to see what price is doing and everything that I have set up, if it's flowing through, and see, you know, what I can scout. But that trade manager helps me because it's just locked in there. So and I could work it, you know. My regular account that I have, like my demo account, and then I also have a live account with that broker. I can use the tool, but on the prop firm, for some reason, it doesn't let you use it. No, I'm sure it's a reason for that, but it doesn't make it easy because I want to pass that challenge and pass it as simple as I can, but I need practice for sure. So that's what I think this will do. And that's what I feel like I have set here. If that doesn't flush out and it ends up breaking through, yeah, we'll see what it does after that point. Because really, I'm looking for the reversal on this. So If that doesn't work and it does something else different, then I'll probably use a different strategy if I feel like price is still going down. Um, Probably use a different strategy if I feel like price is still going down. So, all right. So I think that's it for today. Maybe on the next video, I'll look at some trend line stuff and try to look at how trend lines is helping me as well. I think if this is the 5-minute chart and where I'm at on a particular level, the chart doesn't look too bad to me. You know, again, I don't want to get into the habit of just having a bunch of stuff on my chart, but I think levels are super important. So it's something that I feel strongly about mastering so I can get a good feel of the market and what I need to be doing. So I'm not just blindly going in and I don't know what the heck is going to happen. So, all right, y'all, that's all I got for today. This is Everyday How-Tos, and we're going to sign off for today. So thanks for sitting there.